Hi everyone, welcome to your full predictive outlook and readings for Taurus season, which has just begun in the past day. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're holding up okay in the circumstances. Please do let me know how you're doing. Say hi in the chat. And if you're able to, please remember to like and to share the video. Allow people the chance to just filter in, and as you're doing so, just take the time just to settle in, to relax a little, to breathe nice and deep. The sun being in an earth sign gives you an extra opportunity to connect to the earth, to feel that bit more grounded, that bit more stable in the midst of all of this. So as you breathe in, just pull up some fresh energy from the earth. Allow yourself to feel grounded, to feel connected. And as you breathe out, just breathe out. Set the intention to breathe out from your heart. Breathe out love, compassion, empathy, all the values that we're going to need to carry us through this and to ensure that we come out of this in the best possible shape, in the best possible world, moving towards the best possible outcomes. Hi to all of you just tuning in. Hi Samantha, hi Jack, hi Rena, hi another Jack. It's wonderful to see all of you. How are you all doing? How have things been going for you over the past month or so? What have you been up to? Please let me know how things are with you in the live chat. Let's get a sense of how everybody is doing. I'm going to start in a moment by looking at the collective picture, but yeah, please comment in the live chat. Let me know how things are going for you. Get a sense of how you're all doing, what's going on with each of you as the first two cards jump out. You know, you're allowed to admit to having feelings. Good, bad, whatever they are, be open about them, share them. You're important. What you're going through matters. If it's going well, great. If you're struggling, let us know. No point hiding from what we're dealing with, denying the stuff that we're dealing with. All of this is kind of vital. All completely vital. In terms of how we move forward, there has to be a lot of honesty with ourselves and with each other. And that doesn't mean demanding that everyone else listen to everything we're doing or saying or going through or carry our bags for us. But there is a need for that level of honesty. And that includes about fears, doubts, worries, and also hopes. All of these are incredibly important, because if we neglect any part of that, we're missing the point. Very, very firm situation comes in, means that we look at ourselves collectively, means that we look at ourselves individually. Is that a fun process? No. Are you required to dive and dive and dive into things you're not ready to deal with? Also no, but the awareness of what is coming up, that is important. Where you're at individually, where you're at within the collective, where you're at within society, how this affects you, how this affects those around you. What it brings up, what it makes you feel. There's no wrong answer here. So as we feel into the collective energies for Taurus season, you know, it's surprising how quickly we've got used to and adapted to this state of being, this state of affairs. It's a good thing and a bad thing, incidentally. Good thing because it shows our adaptability. Bad thing? Because if we can adapt that easily, then if people are calling the shots and they don't have our best interests at heart, then we're going to have problems. And I want to stress my own very firm position is one of this is a real virus. This is a real threat to people. This is a real situation, one of many pandemics in history, and they are dire things. And it does need a major response and change in our approach as people, as a species. At the same time, there are also those in power who will opportunistically take advantage of it to grab extra power, to put extra restrictions on people in place. And there are those who will take the advantage of the situation, the opportunity to kind of spread confusion, fear. Oh my goodness, they're too much in control. What do we do? Well, they're not too much in control. They have the power that we allow them to and no more. It's not as simple as that. But we are dealing with a real situation. But there's a difference between going into a necessary lockdown, testing and tracing where appropriate, and coming out of this at some stage to find, oh, the states and the police and the government suddenly have all these extra powers they've afforded themselves, and lo and behold, they don't go away. So there's vigilance. All of that. So I feel like anyone who's just sat there going, oh, I'm fine, no problem, I can deal. It's like, well, probably not. So let's be honest. Let's come to a position of honesty in order that we can also find some peace where we are, where possible. Because you're not going to find peace if you're stuffing stuff down, if you're denying stuff. You're going to be in conflict then. In a conflict which spells outwards. At the moment, I want to say this is going to be a little calm stretch. Not going to stay calm, there's more to come. But this isn't like at this moment in time. So let's stress that. I had 3 cards jump out before I even started pulling. 4 of Pentacles. Remember this one? Came up last time. Closed off. Me. Hoarding. Not looking beyond their own periphery. I got the King of Cups. So when I talk about denial, I feel, of emotions, it can almost be like some of us might fall into the trap of trying to carry everyone else and forgetting about ourselves as well. Because the King of Cups, as a figure, carries other people's cups at times, other people's feelings and emotions. But look, one held away can isolate. And some of us have to isolate in these circumstances physically. And I do want to bring up a thing as well, because this has been pitched as social isolation, which to me is poison. Okay? It's physical distancing. For some, it's physical isolation, but we do not allow people to become socially isolated within this. We are not here to be atomized. We are here to be in contact wherever possible. And when that's not physically at the moment, then that means that we link up in other ways. But social isolation as a concept, no, it's not that. It's physical distancing. These are hygiene precautions. Don't allow them to turn it into more than that, because you're not being left behind. You can't be. You can't. Because that's the way that the ideas of eugenics lie. That's the way that the ideas that, oh, it doesn't matter if a few people who are elderly or have compromised immune systems die in the middle of this. It's garbage. It's horrible. And we have to be looking after each other. 4 of Wands. We have stability when we're together, but we can't allow people to drop off, drop away. That's terror for all of us. That's horror for all of us. So where do we go from here? Well, the conscious position is the 8 of Wands. So who's getting a little bit agitated in their space? Oh, I need to be out of here, need to be doing more, need to be doing something else. Surge of energy. What am I going to do? 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 Whether that's because you're living alone, whether that's because you're isolated for that reason, whether that's because you're in overcrowded accommodation. For those of you living with somebody who is abusive towards you and can't see a way out, by the way, you're not required to stay in those situations. I don't care what restrictions are in place, as there are services in place, and you get help to get out of those situations if you possibly can. And for those working on the front line, maybe want a break for freedom as well, wants to be over 8 of Wands, want to see the light, reach for the outside. That's the conscious position. On a subconscious level, we're doing a bit better, and I feel like we're actually getting it because justice is showing up. So on a subconscious level, we're still trying to do our part. Deep down, we know that we have a part to play here, all of us. Also, with justice, it's being able to weigh all those ideas, conflicting messages. What do they all mean? Deeper within you is that. On the conscious level, you might be making a break for freedom somehow. Your mind might be racing. Deeper down, on the subconscious level, I feel like we're being driven by something better. Now, we're coming out of denial, potentially. Self-interest, potentially. 7 of Swords. Can also be deceptions. Government's changing the message every day. Who do we believe? What do we believe? We're coming out of that. And we're coming to a place where I feel we're going to accept that there is love around us. And that is the energy that we need to continue to create, to build, to get through this. 10 of Cups. Present energy. We are not separate. All together here. And that is what has to drive us through. Is that loving attitude, not the selfish attitude. It's to be self-love within it, but it's ensuring as well that we're networked, that we have support networks, as well as mutual aid groups, that it's not just you and one other person. There has to be more than that. We have to be spreading things around between us. We're going to need it because certain things are going to bite as the month goes on. So, you know, it's not like we're out of the woods with this virus or financially or anything else. 5 of Pentacles is on the horizon. So I would expect further economic difficulties. I would expect further increases in cases of this virus. And I want to stress that's not a failure of any particular person. If it happens, it's a failure of systems not to do what's necessary, not to have pandemic preparations in place when they knew something like this was going to be coming. It's been predicted for a long time. You look up disease X, people knew this was coming. Some governments failed to make preparations. I'm in the UK. They had a run through of pandemic preparation in 2016. What did it predict? If they don't put more resources, more ventilators, more staff in place, the NHS will be totally overwhelmed. Lo and behold, that's exactly where we are. We don't have that because they were too busy concerning themselves with Brexit. So it's not like that was news. Like something like this was going to be coming. We knew that. We knew that. So what are the interests? What are the interests? On that big level, what are our personal interests? How do we start to shift this? We start to shift this by ensuring that we're looking out for each other, looking after each other. We are doing justice to each other, to our own values. Love, empathy, compassion, inclusion. All of this is vital, vital stuff. Now, I'm sure none of that is big news, but that is the collective energy. We are in a calmer moment at the moment collectively. Use that just to regroup a little, connect with those around you, connect with those who need you. Make sure that you don't ignore your own needs within the middle of that. You're short of money if housing is an issue, if food is an issue. Reach out and ask for help. If you can help with those things, do help with those things. Taking all the precautions necessary hygiene-wise, but also keeping a close eye and check on what governments are up to, on what bosses are up to, because those are the people who want to take advantage of the situation. That's the collective energy. I'm going to move on now to the 12 signs from Aries through to Pisces. I'm not going to guarantee that everything coming up is about COVID-19 for each sign, because I think that's just like, So we're going to see little areas of focus for the month. Little areas of focus for the month. I'm going to see what the comments are like. Jack is still working. I'm glad you're still able to work, Jack. That's really good news. Jack, I'm trying to balance not being overwhelmed with not ignoring what I'm feeling. Yeah, well, I was saying, like, Jack, it's like you want awareness of your process. But I want to stress, and any good psychologist or therapist should tell you the same thing. You don't heal huge wounds and internal difficulties in the midst of a crisis or a traumatic situation. You don't. You do those later on from a position of safety. In a crisis or a traumatic situation, you maintain awareness, reasonable vigilance without allowing it to become paranoia, if possible. But mostly you manage. You manage and you act from the heart where possible. Don't put yourself under pressure to do too more than that, because that can be a lot. Can overwhelm you, can overburden you. Samantha's saying, partner and I are a bit on top of each other in the house and it got a bit much today. Just riding with it as much as we can. Yeah. And depending on what restrictions you're dealing with, that can be a big thing. It can. That's why we got the 8 of Wands. I feel it's like, oh my goodness. Finding ways to manage. Finding ways to manage. Like, this isn't going to be easy, simple, comfortable for most people, unfortunately. Thank you, LV. The hairstyle is just what it's grown out to. The color is new. That was done on Thursday. Not a salon color this time, because there are no salons at the moment, but I think it works, hopefully. So moving on to the 12 signs from Aries through to Pisces, and we're starting with Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Taurus season. Aries. I'm going to go fairly quick. We're not going like deep tonight. If you want that, book me privately, because if stuff is coming up, I can help you with it. Aries, though. Okay, Aries, look, yeah, it's bad. I get it. It's bad overall, but it's not that bad necessarily as you are making it out to be. I feel stuff is hitting, but I kind of have you, like, what they showed me, Aries, is you're in like this, they've got you in the sort of like the chart on Heston, Planet of the Apes pose. You're sort of collapsing to your knees going, no. Okay, and it's just like, that's a little bit overblown. You've been hit hard. You've been hit hard, but this is about drawing breath, accepting what's gone, what's fallen away, what you can't have at the moment, and looking straight forward, Aries. Looking straight forward in the light of where you're at. So you may have been hit hard. Financial issues, loss of work. It does feel major for a lot of you, Aries. It does. Big adjustment. But you can feel it and accept it without hamming it up in that particular way. You're coming in with the Ace of Swords. So I feel like you are accepting it. You're accepting it. And it's not pleasant. Coming from the outside, that's not fun. But it's okay. Okay. I've had my time with that now. And it's time for me to gather myself and start to move forward, because I'm an Aries and I can do that. I can tear it up, start again, get moving, set the pace. I can. For those of you who are Aries suns, yeah, it's shit. Your birthday happened in the middle of this. No one wants that. But you are going to get moving. I have the Chariot for you. I also have the Two of Wands. Moving, planning, thinking on your feet. You're good at thinking on your feet. You're an Aries. You're an Aries. So, accept what's happened. Accept what's happened, but you are going to start to make a bit of pace, some tracks. Moving in new directions. Maybe that's in terms of work. Maybe it's a change in work. Changing your relationships. I also want to say with the Chariot, no time for external bullshit. All the petty stuff that might have been going on in the background and getting to you and affecting you. I feel like you're like, no, done. Done. You or that are not going to be a major part of my life moving out of this. You've had enough. I go alone. I build with those who are with me. I find my way. And that's the Ace of Swords as well. Certain things, certain people, I feel like you've got their time up. Time the fuck up. I hope that makes sense for you, Aries. The next sign is going to be Taurus. Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Taurus season. So Taurus, the Sun is transiting your sign. You're excited. It's so hard not to do the obvious thing with Taurus and be like, you're the stay-at-home sign anyway. Bit mean, maybe. Used to be in the homebody. And actually like getting out on the grass as well, or into nature, and you can't do that, so it doesn't always follow, but at least you know how to make the most of your home life. You know about sensuality and stuff. You're actually set up to manage a little bit as an earth sign. But anyway, what are you dealing with this month, Taurus, in your month? Time to accept help, Taurus. Time to accept some help. Why? Because you've been hit. Because things got tricky. Because things you felt you could count on now can't be counted on. There's a shift, there's a change. And if you haven't been hit, then you're the ones doing the help. But yes, it's your month, but you come in with the Tower. You're coming in with the Tower, so things are still up. Things are still collapsing, dropping away, falling away for you a bit, Taurus. Or they've already hit, but you haven't quite accepted all of it. And what does that mean? What does that mean for the most stubborn sign in the zodiac? Got to be more fluid, more flexible. Look for the way forward, a new way forward. Look for the help. Be prepared to let go. They're all majors for you, by the way. Tower is there. I also, though, I have the Star for you. And I have Death. Death is the advice. Now, look, the Star and Death. So, yeah, the Tower hits. But look, there's help. There's help. Star is an offer of help, carrying stuff for you. Death is help here as well. You're going to be helped up. You're going on to something else. Some of you lost your jobs, but help is on the way if you don't cling too hard. And I know that's difficult. I know that's difficult. But you're going to be okay. Can you accept help, Taurus? Can you accept doing things a bit differently? Can you accept allowing people closer to you? Some of you are reevaluating your relationships or relationship styles, you know. It's coming to a head for some of you. What do I want in a partner or in multiple partners? Do I want what's in front of me at the moment? Who am I in a relationship or in multiple relationships? What roles do I perform? What roles do I play? How do I move within those? Coming out of a messy situation, but you're gaining some clarity as well. Easy month? No. Sorry. But it's almost like the worst has already come for you, Taurus. Now you've got to accept the hand up. You've got to adapt, adjust. I hope that makes sense for you, Taurus. I know it's not easy, you're a fixed energy, but don't have too much choice. The next sign is going to be Gemini. Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Taurus season. Gemini. Gemini. You don't have all the answers, Gemini. You don't have all the answers, and there's times when you think you do have all the answers. And thinking you have all the answers is going to cause difficulties, might antagonize people as well. You have a higher opinion of your own knowledge, or at least you're expressing outwardly a higher opinion of your own knowledge. I don't feel like you say hold it internally, but outwardly you're expressing it in that way. And you're getting carried away, you're antagonizing people, and you're not necessarily as open to learning as you need to be. You're coming in with the Four of Swords. Guarding yourself and your ideas as well, not letting anyone else's ideas penetrate, come close to you. You're like, no, it's like this, and this, and this, and this, and that's it. That's it. But it's not, though. It's not. It's multidimensional. It's well beyond that. Here's your challenge then, Gemini. Being a King of Swords. Holding your ideas, but willing to learn, not clinging to them, being more dispassionate, more open in that sense, allowing some ideas to fly away where necessary, not forcing your ideas upon other people. How's that? The King of Cups for you as well. Now, with these two kings around, you can see that there has to be that bit more feeling, that bit more balance, that bit more maturity within you as well. What's mature with knowledge, Gemini? Maturity and knowledge is admitting that you know less than you think you do. Immaturity is believing you know it all. And you can't know it all in a situation like this. Not even every epidemiologist knows it all. So you certainly don't. So pipe down a little. Doesn't mean your ideas aren't important. They're just not everything. They're not the whole picture. You don't want to be in this place of having to row away from everyone because you've wound them up, pissed them off. Now, they don't agree with you necessarily. Some might dislike you or be annoyed with you. It's a bit unnecessary. You don't need to guard yourself quite so tightly. You don't need to guard your ideas quite so tightly either, Gemini. Allow more to come in, to inform you, to be part of a wider discussion that takes into account various experts as well. I hope that makes sense for you, Gemini. Jack ASMR says, well, that's my lizard brain child. Might be my lizard heart then, because I'm a Gemini moon. But less said about that, the better. The next sign is going to be Cancer. Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Taurus season. Cancer. Which of you Cancers has been dealing with this by working out quite intensely? Lot of physical exercise for at least one Cancer out there. Very, very busy. The legs are moving. And this may be another form of overactivity, but I'm getting working out as the main thing. And you're coming in with the 10 of Wands, so you're overdoing it. You're overdoing it. And maybe you're doing that and looking after this person's issues and this person's troubles and this thing and this thing and this thing and this thing. And that's all a lot. It's all a lot. Keeps you really busy. When it's good, it keeps your energy flowing. When it's bad, what does it do? Blocks you from connecting with yourself and what's going on with you. I have the Star for you. I also have the Ace of Swords for you. I don't feel like the way you're approaching this is sustainable, Cancer. I don't feel like it's necessarily sustainable, so you need to take the load off a little bit. If you can, accept more help, accept more support. Start to leave out what's not necessary. I have the Star for you, and I have the Ace of Swords. Decisions to make. What are you adding and adding and adding that's too much? Is there someone else who can help? I mean, I know because I can see there's a Cancer watching who's literally a nurse. And the obvious things are who's looking after you? Is someone cooking your meals? Someone taking care of you? And that could be true for other Cancers as well. It's these kind of things that we need to be addressing. can't be doing and carrying this much without bringing in support, and you have to cut out what is unnecessary and burdening you too much at this time, Cancer, because you are just taking on too much stuff. I hope that makes sense for you. The next sign is going to be Leo. Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Taurus season. Leo, second of the fixed signs. Either you're very self-centered and self-involved, Leo, or someone else close to you is. Either you're very me, or someone else very close to you is. King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles, and you're either playing this role or you're being on the receiving end of this role, but it's not a nice King of Pentacles, because this is somebody who thinks they're better than everyone else, doesn't have too much to learn, got it all in place, got it all achieved. Me is the energy I'm getting there. Now, if someone is doing that to you, then you got to give them short shrift. If you're doing that, you got to cut it out, change your ways. You can't have that approach, Leo. You can't cut yourself off from everyone else in that way. Well, I'm all right, so who gives a fuck? Well, it's not going to work that way, is it? Want to live in a world with people like that as the dominant force? When that's been the dominant ideology for so long? You can't. It can't be like that, Leo. So I have the Ace of Swords for you. You're cutting them away, or if it's you, you're cutting your own bullshit away. Either way, it's a choice. Either way, it's a choice. And it's necessary. It's necessary for forward motion. The Chariot. Can't move fast when you're carrying all of that me weight. You can't do it. All of that me, that's a lot. There's no movement there. It's settling in. And if someone else is doing that, they're holding you back. Trying to pull you back, maybe, into their own expectations where you're easily controlled by them. Again, that goes. You've got to be free of it. Either way, Leo, that's the attitude that has to go. Whether it's you or someone else close to you, it doesn't matter. It just has to stop. Your response is going to be based on which of those roles you're playing. I hope that makes sense for you, Leo. The next sign is going to be Virgo. Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Taurus season. It's the second Earth sign up to. Virgo. Virgo, you're trying a bit too hard to people please. Yes, you're a sign associated with service, with help, with support. That's part of your energy. At the same time, the sense that I get is that you're neglecting yourself. I feel like you're running around trying to surprise other people with good things, with good deeds, and that's good. That's worthy. That's a good thing that you're doing. You can't neglect yourself in the midst of it. You can't. You're coming in as a King of Cups. Be warned about in the collective as a potential energy, and he shows up right here for you, Virgo. I'm fine. I don't need anything. I'm going to look out for everyone else. At the same time, the King of Cups can also be an avoidance. Avoidance of self, maybe an avoidance of dealing with reality here, Virgo. Is that you too? Is that you too? Another king for you. The King of Wands. The challenge. I feel for you, Virgo, the King of Wands is somebody who can look after you, look out for you. Will you allow other people to look out for you? Will you? Or are you so busy looking out for everyone else that you don't allow that for yourself? And in doing so, do you skew your relationships, your connections, your friendships? Because you're always casting yourself in this particular role. Somebody wants to step in and offer you that support, that warmth, maybe some direction as well. They certainly want to guard you, look after you. And I feel these are people you're already connected to. I have the Three of Cups for you. You're loved. You're valued by those close to you, but you don't have to keep running around doing everything for them, Virgo. You don't. There's joy in that connection, and maybe that's going to be remote connection at this time rather than in person, but there's still joy within it. Can you accept that? Can you allow this to be a more fluid, joyful set of connections that you have, rather than needing to solve everything for everyone? I hope that makes sense for you, Virgo. The next sign is going to be Libra. Libra, sun, moon, and rising for Taurus season. Libra. Libra. You're erratic, Libra. You're peaceful until you're disturbed. And what is disturbing you is needing to respond to, react to everything that you see or that comes onto your radar or in front of your nose, or every contact from anybody else, every request for help. I need to do that. 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 Why? Yeah, you want to do justice to your connections to situations, but allow yourself to be as well. You come in as the Knight of Wands. Erratic, quick, fast, to the rescue, almost. Maybe speeding away from your own stuff in the process. Maybe speeding away from your own stuff in the process. And I just feel like your energy is crowded as a result by all of that stuff. And a lot of it feels like it's coming in off social media, off the phone, off WhatsApp, off Facebook, whatever. But there's so much of it, so much of it, so much of it. Less. I have the Four of Swords as your challenge. Now you, Libra, are the sign of interpersonal relationships. We know that. You don't always like being by yourself, so you're busying yourself with these connections. With the Four of Swords, you just need to take a bit of a time out. Also means getting some fucking rest, to be honest, Libra. Have a lie down, go to bed, chill. Chill. No, you're the airy side of Venus energy, but it is Taurus season. You can connect with the earthy side as well. Allow yourself to rest. Your advice is the Page of Cups. Simple pleasures, simple joys, simple beauty, simple appreciation of beauty around you, maybe of the people around you, but without this rush to solve and fix and be in charge and responsible of every little thing. Has to be calmer. Does. I actually feel here, look at yourself. Value yourself that bit more, Libra. Value what you've put into place for yourself and what you've done for other people and what you've created and the things that you have changed in your life that are good. Needs to be so much calmer for you, Libra. I hope that makes sense for you. The next sign is going to be Scorpio. Scorpio's sun, moon, and rising for Taurus season. Scorpio. Yeah, it is that, Scorpio. Yeah. You're being pulled in multiple directions on a heart level. Now, these may be romantic interests. This could be a love triangle, but that's not the dominant picture that I'm getting for most of you Scorpios. I feel the actual tension is between what you have told yourself is important to you or that you desire. And that's a narrative. And what you are actually finding is in front of you that is actually more important to you than that. And that's the balancing act that you're getting with justice. And it's something that you need to address. Remember, justice is also adjustment. And I'm feeling the energy of adjustment here. Again, not always comfortable for a fixed energy, but necessary. Necessary. You're not an easy sign to get through to, Scorpio. nor are you an easy sign to get to change things within you. The Six of Wands is suggesting to me that there is a smoother, easier route if you do move more into alignment with that adjustment to what is actually feeling important, rather than those old stories that don't add up anymore. You're going to feel lighter, freer, more able to go. You're going to appreciate your situation more as well. Might mean allowing people closer to you, Scorpio. It might do. Your advice card is the Emperor. What you've put in place is not actually under threat. You're like, oh, if I do this, what does that? You don't lose from this, Scorpio. You don't lose from shifting the stories you tell about yourself to match the reality of what matters to you now. You don't. It's okay. It's in place. It's in the bag. It's your mindset that you need to shift in line with where your heart is at. I hope that makes sense for you, Scorpio. The next sign is going to be Sagittarius. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Taurus season. Sag. Interesting. Interesting. Sag is a traditionally flighty energy. That's what we know about Sag. It's what everyone knows about Sag. Runs here, there, there. At the moment, can't. At the moment, can't. At the moment is learning there's no real need to run. That actually staying put, working with what's in place in front of you, something is being developed that is workable and better than expected, and actually you're feeling good, you're feeling assured, and you're feeling finally comfortable in your own space. Coming in with the Four of Pentacles. So is it comfortable at first? No, it's not. Stop. Where do I go? What do I do? How do I deal with being stuck in this place? Back in focus. Okay. Well, you take charge, you take ownership, but you value it, Sag. That's what's going on with you here. It's an obvious one for you during the fucking lockdown, isn't it? But I have the Emperor for you. I also have the King of Pentacles for you. Now, this is part of it, incidentally. For those of you Sagittarius who are with one or more people during this, being able to share your space without feeling impinged upon, that you have to close off, but actually, it's okay. Loving energies, or at least one loving energy, and you're supported, and you're comfortable, and you're chilled out. And it's nice. It's nice. And when you're not flying off everywhere or running everywhere, look at all the extra energy that you have available to support other people, to make offers to other people. You don't then have to be so stingy, controlling of your energy or your resources, because actually you have more to give. You have more to give, Sag. I hope that makes sense for you. The next sign is going to be Capricorn. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising For Taurus season, Cappies. One card really wanted to stick out for you, Cap, so that's going to be your first one. Ooh, yeah. What did you lose so far, Capricorn? What went wrong? What did the wheels come off of? Is it even a recent hurt? Or is it something that fell apart or fell away longer ago, but you've never really accepted it? Because I feel like you're reaching acceptance of it now. And I want to stress this. I'm taking the first two cards as kind of a current / past energy that is hitting home. But there's a way forward from it. And actually, you're going to be excited and ready to go as you accept this. So this is the place of acceptance you're coming into. With the 5 of Cups and the 10 of Swords, Capricorn. It's not nice. It's not nice. You invested heavily in something and it didn't come off. Maybe you went on investing in that. At least in expectations of it. Even though you knew it wouldn't. Now you're reaching acceptance. Leaving that mental struggle. There is the sun rising back there. The clouds are actually going to lift. As you accept it, Capricorn. As you accept it. As you do, I feel new directions that you're going to move off in. New projects, new goals. Things to get excited about. Knight of Wands. You're actually going to feel lighter and freer coming out of this month if you accept those things that didn't come off or that have gone, have fallen down, fallen away. Realization. Pain. Pain. Sorrow. Sadness. Disappointment. What am I going to do? I'm going to accept it. I'm going to move forward. I'm going to get on my way. There's more out there for me. Shock to the system, but I feel like it's one that you've been holding back for some time, Capricorn. I hope that makes sense for you. The next sign is going to be Aquarius. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Taurus season. Aquarius. Aquarius. You're shutting the world out, Aquarius. You're shutting the world out a lot more. And yeah, you're a detached sign anyway. I feel you shutting the world out a lot more, and there is a danger that that then becomes an ego trip. Where you distrust everyone and everything, and you don't engage, you don't play your part. I don't feel it's about that for you. I do feel you withdrawing from some pointless arguments. I do feel you withdrawing from some pointless and fruitless situations. But what you don't want to do is take that to a higher degree where you cut everyone and everything out, which is a danger for you as you come in with the 7 of Swords. Running away from something. You don't have to run from everyone, though. Making space for yourself, 9 of Cups. But the 9 of Cups is also about bringing optimism, hope, that wish for something better and working to create it. Working to create it as part of a collective effort, Aquarius, 3 of Pentacles. So what is the danger there? The danger is you're like, no, I'm going to do it all alone. I'm going to do everything. Don't need anyone. It's all myself. Figure it all out myself. It's not the point. The point is to bring something as well. Okay, if there are people you're having to pull away from, situations you're having to pull away from, things that you distrust, people that you distrust, maybe structures, organizations that you distrust, that's okay. You're not required to expose yourself to them unnecessarily. But you can't go totally just into yourself and myself alone, Aquarius. It's about what you create and what you bring back. How you fit into that bigger picture. The efforts going on. Where are you going to help? What are you going to add? What are you going to supply as well? I hope that makes sense for you, Aquarius. The final sign is going to be Pisces. Pisces, sun, moon, and rising for Taurus season. Pisces. Pisces. Pisces, you're chasing a dream. You're chasing a dream. Not necessarily a realistic one. But the picture that I'm getting is, look, if I just do this and just do this and this, everything's going to be fine. Or if I get this in place or do this, everything's going to be fine. That'll be me sorted. I just need that. I just need that. I just need that. And it becomes a moving target, and there's disillusionment as you find that even if that's within reach, it doesn't actually change anything or everything. It might change something, but not everything. It's not dramatic. Seven of Pentacles energy for you. It's coming, it's coming, it's coming. I just need to get there. Oh, I didn't get there. Oh, I did. And oh, now something else happened. All or nothing thinking. Expectations that don't match up to the reality. So your challenge is the Ten of Swords. To break this cycle, this process, it's screwing you up. It's a learning experience, Pisces. The Page of Swords for you. You have to be more adaptable, more flexible. Let those ideas go away. Yes, it's a little bit unpleasant. It's not fun. It's not fun. It's not fun. But this working this way is not right for you. It's not conducive to you getting anywhere other than tired, burned out, feeling stuck, feeling exhausted, disliking yourself, not giving yourself credit. So desperate to make it, to create that staging post for everything to be wonderful, Ace of Wands. But it's not that, Pisces. It's just not that. What it is about is not making the next thing the big thing, the be all and end all. That's going to fix me. That's going to move me forward. It's more an energy of accepting the experience that you've had, accepting what has come off or what hasn't, adapting a bit, but not putting that pressure on. You need to flow lightly between these things that you're invested in, people in your life, things that you're involved in, projects you're involved in, things you'd like to do. You flow lightly between them. not adding extra weight or importance to any of them, because that's where this comes from. It doesn't need to be like that, Pisces. Slower and more stable, flowing between them, allowing them to come together in new and unexpected ways, where it's not that is the key thing. It's no, this is a thing that I am working on, that I desire, that I wish to have. And that as well. And this is going to come together and create something a bit different, less all-encompassing on an individual level. I hope that makes sense for you, Pisces. That is all 12 signs. I do have time to pull cards for a couple of people. If you have a question for me, please pop it in the live chat. I will see which of you I am drawn to. And whilst I'm waiting for those to come through, if my work does help you, please feel free to leave me a tip or a donation. The details are just in the box below. If you would like a full personal reading, I can be booked. My details for that are also in the box below. And if you'd like to collaborate with me, work with me, or you have anything else you'd like to get in touch with me for, again, you know where to find me. So let me see if any questions are appearing in the live chat at the moment. Yonsei111, hello, does this connection have romantic potential or should I move on? Before I even pull a card for you, why are you so fast? Why are you so keen to be so fast, Yonsei111? Does this have potential or should I move on? Well, maybe it has potential. Maybe it's not romantic potential. Maybe it is. Maybe you got something else to learn there. Maybe you're denying yourself experiences. This has to be the one. This has to be the big thing, or else I'm out of there. What's the rush? What's the rush? It does, by the way, 2 of Cups. So it does have that potential, but what's the problem? Here's your shadow. It's the Queen of Swords. Don't want to waste my time. What if this or that, or they turn out to be this person or that or that? It's like you're here to have experiences, make connections with people, understand people. This one does have potential, yes. But it's not like a person doesn't have value and a connection doesn't have value if that isn't immediately obvious. So just be careful with that, because you might miss something good. I hope that makes sense for you, Yonsei. Erin Liu. Zelda, my roommate Jay and I had an argument. Can you pick a card for me on how it will turn out, please? Thank you. Sure, Erin. Better than expected. Better than expected. That's what I want to say. Don't get me wrong. It's not the first argument, but it's not all-encompassing. It's not the world. That's your shadow. That's what you're scared of. But actually, Princess of Pentacles, I actually feel that you and your roommate are going to rebuild just a little bit coming out of this. Feels nice. It feels good. Even be a peace offering. I'm getting peace offering with this Princess of Pentacles. Things are tense at the moment. We know that. It feels okay. It feels okay, Erin. Not as severe as you're making it out to be. Donald is asking, hello Z, how do you see this week going for me? I'm a Capricorn. Okay, Donald. You're watching a lot of things, Donald. a lot of stuff that you're keeping your eye on. Like you've got these, I've got you with like these different pots in front of you with something different boiling up in each of them, and you're sort of trying to keep abreast of all of this. So what does that mean? It means that this is a bit of an endurance test this week. Lots to stay on top of. You're going to do it as well. I know you're worried. You're like, oh my goodness, there's so much, there's so much, there's so much. Eight of Swords is your shadow there. But you're in control. You're in control despite that. This is your main card, strength. You're doing good. You're going to handle this. You're going to come through it. You're going to feel more relaxed when you do. I hope that makes sense for you. That is all I have time for tonight. Thank you all so much for being here. Please remember to like and share the video. If you'd like to make a donation or you'd like to book me or get in touch with me, my details are just in the box below. Remember to look out for each other at this time. Remember to make sure that you're looking out for your own needs and asking for help when necessary as well. I'm going to wish you all a wonderful, wonderful afternoon, evening, night, or morning. And I will see you all again really, really soon. Thank you so, so much for being here.